Hello everybody and welcome back to the RKS System Draft Week 4!
Week 4 and we're ready for more! Wait, I think I said that last draft.
It's still fire though.
It's still good! It's fire still hot! I can still cook on here! And cook we will.
That's right! We got 5 more brilliant matches for you guys in this Week 4. Which matches do we got going on this week, Trevor?
Alright, it looks like this week we have... Well, right in front of us, we have Guardian versus Ligavor, a.k.a. the Winter Olympics versus the Sardine Slugmas. And next up, we got Tino versus the Dom, a.k.a. the Slacking Saboteurs versus the Red Guard. Next up, we have Saber Caliber versus Diz, a.k.a. Nihility Factory versus the Moss Rock Sentinels. For Game 4, we have Shine, a.k.a. Tom from MySpace, a.k.a. the Ronda Rangers versus Derpologist, a.k.a. the Flimsy Foundation. Put the logo on the screen. Zoom into him.
Oh,
Zoom
yeah,
in.
logos.
Zoom in. I'm not saying it's too fast, right? You got the logos? All right, well, you can get them later, Mr. Editor. For our last game of the week, we have Photon Debugger, also known as the Hydrapple's Core, versus ABC, the Static Psychedelics.
That's right. We got 5 banger matchups this week. I think most of these matches, as we discussed before, sort of deciding where people are going to be come standings time. People, especially ABC versus Photon, who are both 3-0 at this point.
Both 3-0 with 5 as well, or plus 5.
Yeah. They were all tied because we had that 3-way tie before. And so it's going to be really interesting to see which of the two of them is actually going to pull ahead after this week.
Oh, and before I forget, Jesse's Scarred Armorers has the bye this week, so we will not be seeing a battle from them this week. But next week, they'll be back up and running.
That's right. So, I reckon we get into our first game, yeah?
All right. Now, are we going in manga order or comic order?
I think it's at this point we have to go manga order, right?
All right. So, we'll be beginning with the Hydrapple's Core versus the Static Psychedelics.
Do we want to start with Photon Debugger versus ABC, or do we want to start with Guardian versus Ligavor?
I just asked if you wanted to do I just asked if you wanted to do comic or manga. Editor, kill him!
Nah!
All right, folks, we're going to be starting off in comic order with the Winter Olympics versus the Sardine Slugmas.
That's right. And so we have Guardian, who at this point is 0-3 versus Ligavor, who we currently have being 1-2, actually having a plus or minus 0 differential heading into this week, which is very cool. Real quick, to look at these teams, we got the Eevee brothers on Guardian's side. We got Drizzle himself in the Hizzy house, although it wasn't run on Drizzle last time, so very interesting.
Oh yeah, we assumed it was damp or something. Oh right, that was the week with where Guardian was up against Jesse, and they had some real goofy teams. Somehow both players had Zap Cannon.
Yeah, I just got some like flashbacks back to that 5 Zap Cannon misses in a row.
The war.
Now, I should mention, Damp Politoed could actually be pretty solid into Ligavor usually, where Silvally Explosion was brought these last few weeks. But I don't actually see Silvally over on Ligavor's side, so who's to say?
It's looking like the dog's on the bench, which is probably for the best, because blowing up a couple times is not good. You know, we only have so many Dragon Balls and so many wishes to bring those kind of people back.
It's true. They're a limited resource at this point. We do have Milotic, who's probably here to get burned, as you are sometimes. Trigger that Marvel scale. Let's get some stuff going. I do see Satitan over here with absolutely no snow setting, as far as I'm aware. I don't think any of these Pokemon can click Snowscape.
I mean, more importantly, I don't think any of them would benefit from them besides Satitan. So I don't know if they'd be running it. There is a Slowbro on the Lycovor's team. Can't Slowbro learn Chili Reception, or is that King exclusive?
I believe it's just Slow King.
Oh, for real? Oh, yeah, because he's the one that tells the bad jokes in the movie. Right. So no Snow. What other ability could Satitan run? Because maybe...
So Satitan can be Thick, Fat, or Sheer Force. So I guess this could be Sheer Force Life Orb.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think it's bulky enough to be considered Thick, Fat.
Yeah, plus Thick Fat would be good against specific types, and Lycovore doesn't have access to like the fire type to take reduced damage from that. So it doesn't seem like it would be solid for Thick Fat. So Sheer Force Life Orb is probably where we're going with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a lot of ice and fire on the other side. Mostly water and normal, it seems like.
Yeah, water and normal, and his other types were, I believe, poison and rock?
Lycovore, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, why is it like this? Normal rock, water, poison, correct.
Yeah.
He's so smart, folks. He knows everything.
Wow. It's true. And including, I also know over on Lycovore's side, we have Mr. Population Bomb with the family of 4 has decided to pull up.
Mm-hmm.
Their karaoke singer right next to it. We got Ligma back on the table. I'm sure everyone's excited to see Ligma is back.
No further introductions necessary. We got Slowbro, and we got, oh my god, what's it? Toxapex. Holy shit. I almost said Marini. So remember this menace back in middle school. Like, this motherfucker used to bully me all the time. And then 30 years later, I see her, and she looks the same. And she's worse. She's toxic. Took that Britney Spears song to heart, unless it was someone else that sang it.
It's the worst high school reunion I've ever met.
Honestly, she didn't even call me back.
Damn. Did you leave with the kids, too? Is that what we're getting here?
I met her in middle school, so I hope not.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Folks, let's enough fooling around. I think we should get into this battle because I think we've seen most, if not all, of these mons before on previous weeks. We know more or less what they're planning to do, what they're trying to do. Looking a little stally on Lycovore's side, looking a little balanced on Guardian's side, plus Umbreon to really solidify Guardian's side.
Yeah, I should note as a small little stat here before we get into the game that Satitan and Vaporeon are the only 2 new Pokemon on this entire battlefield.
Oh, okay.
So this is the first time we get to see them in action, so we'll have to see exactly how this goes down.
It's definitely going to be strange without Snow on Guardian's side, but I guess we'll have to see how they adapt.
That's right, so let's head into turn 1. Let's see what these leads are. We got ourselves Darkrai.
We got, the Darkrai versus, a Toxapex. Both players excited to run it.
Yeah, Nasty Plot at the start. We got Toxic Spikes are back on the tail. Roar of Time! What? This thing gets Roar of Time?
Hold on, pause. It gets Roar of Time? Hold on.
Who gave Darkrai access to the Roar of Time?
What do you mean Darkrai gets Roar of Time in Spatial Rent? What the fuck? Was it an event?
Yo, why is he jacking Dialga's style?
Hold on a second. Where the fuck is he?
Who let this happen? Who let Darkrai... Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess God is the one that...
Oh, speak of the devil.
Power to do so.
RKS is also the only other mon that can learn it.
Yeah, I would hope he could, honestly.
Well, shit, if anyone forgot, this is basically a Dragon Hyper Beam.
Yeah, which at a +2 will probably murder anything, including Toxapex. You don't have to worry about her being toxic after high school, alright? We got her out of here.
I guess I should be happy. I'm over here. Here comes Tenga Egg the Blissey.
That's right. We got to recharge thanks to Hyper Beam.
Set up hazards on Guardian's side. This isn't looking good. Here comes Ligma, the Pecharunt.
Decides to go for a substitute instead of just going for another one. Roar of Time now comes out, completely destroys Ligma. It's 6-4 right now.
This is Wood, the Meloetta. Okay. All right. But Oz charging. They're both screaming in the chat right now. Another substitute came out.
All right. We have both of them are behind. Roar of Time is not a sound-based move.
Despite being a roar. Interesting. Well, it breaks a sub at the very least as Wood begins Calm Minding, and it's probably going to get another one the next turn because Darkrai still needs to recharge.
Yeah, decides to go for another substitute. So we're just wasting time on this Roar of Time. And now this Meloetta can even go for like a Hyper Voice, but decides to go for a Side Shock into the Dark type.
Okay. Easy to forget, maybe? As we're switching out to Slowbro. I'm not saying that name.
All right, we got Protect on probably what I would assume to be a Roar of Time. There it is.
Does it still need to recharge?
No, because it doesn't actually deal contact. So here's another Roar of Time. It takes out the Slowbro. This Darkrai is just completely 6-0ing this team. This is crazy. The family of 4 comes in and is probably going to try and pop bomb this thing away.
It's got a name in Spanish, I believe. I'm not sure if it's messed up because Ligavor's had quite the track record, so I'm not going to say it out loud. Folks, you could say it aloud at home, maybe in front of your abuela. As the Darkrai goes down to a pop bomb hitting 9 times, I can count so good. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was incredible. I would have just assumed 10. We have this thing poisoned. The rock chip is coming in as this Melodic comes in and gets tickled.
Not the tickle monster. And Wrap. What, huh?
Wrap is this thing might be like Binding Band, maybe, to try and deal more damage with Wrap. But regardless, Pop Bomb's going to come on. Thanks to getting poisoned from the Toxic Spikes, this is a volatile status condition, so it's taking reduced damage here.
I thought it was only reduced special attack damage.
Oh, is it only special?
Is it? Marvel scale. Or is it everything?
Because, I mean, this thing's -1 defense.
Nope, defense. Please forgive me. Just defense.
It's just defense. Okay, gotcha. Well, so that's quite a lot of damage still. So we are going to see a recover from the Melodic, but another Population Bomb's going to take it out.
Think about all that Wrap damage, though. That's 26%. Would you say that it's worth it for an entire...
Oh, it only hits once!
What?
Pop Bomb only hit once! Yeah.
No, the kids are sleeping right now. We'll get another 13%.
Yeah, let's go for another Tickle, and we're just going to get recovered. This thing's -2 defense at this point, so Pop Bomb's still going to do a lot, but this Wrap is putting in actually a lot of work.
Just keep getting tickled right now. This is like a reverse setup. What the fuck is going on? You can't kill these rats? Oh, we swapped back to Force of Nature. We've got boots on.
Yeah, I got the boots, which means it's not Life Orb. So, interested to see what's going to happen here. Pop Bomb is almost going to take this thing out.
Almost?
Decides to hit 10 times this time. We're now free of Wrap because Melodic is no longer on the field. This thing's dead. See us, Titan.
Would have been really funny if this thing was Rocky Helmet, but instead it kind of feels like it just died for no reason there as we come back to Milotic, who's just going to take some extra hazard damage. At least it's not -4 from the Tickle. I almost said from the Tanga Egg, because here comes Tanga Egg, the Blissey, dodging a Wrap and freely getting in.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what this Blissey is going to do to this Melodic. We have...
Attract?
Okay, Attract. Yo.
Wait! You can't guarantee that Pokemon is going to be the other gender. How'd you know?
Okay.
In this society, you're just going to assume?
We got Aqua Ring coming out from the Melodic, so this thing's going to heal. We have Heal Bell with no status ailments on the team.
Maybe
Very
thought it
interesting.
affected Wrap somehow. Maybe.
Perhaps. We have Immobilized by Love, because we all love RNG in our game. Decides to go for another Attract, probably anticipating a switch. Yeah. Alright. Recover's going to come out. But what does this Blissey have to actually deal damage? Actually, nothing. This thing's Stealth Rock, Attract, Heal Bell, Wish. This thing cannot
Swish! Get out!
This Melodic. Alright, we got leftovers on both sides. Wrap is going to come in. Politoed. We actually get the switch from Melodic. This thing's coming in. But we can't wish when wish is already active.
Folks,
right?
I do have to put extra emphasis on the gender of these Pokemons, though, because this female Politoed cannot be attracted by Tenga Egg.
That's
Meaning,
right.
I don't know what the fuck it's doing. I guess it's setting up a wish for to switch, but it's Whirlpooled, so he can't. I didn't even know. Why do you Whirlpool Perish? Oh my god.
Okay, this is actually spicy because the Blissey cannot do anything in this situation.
That is true.
So, as long as this Politoed can just sit here and live, it will take out a Blissey, and there is Splash.
All right, we're throwing possibly.
Heal Bell is in fact going to not work on this Whirlpool. Once again, it's just up to this Politoed to be able to live until this Blissey dies to Perish Song.
Doesn't Politoed get like a recover or slack off or something? I feel like that would have been a better choice. Splash? Okay, we're being told it does not get any recovery from the DrizzleFrog himself.
Yep. And so we see a swap out here. I like the wish. You're going to die to this Perish Song here. So at least the next Pokemon that comes out is going to get that nice heal. That's
so scary looking. Did you see it said Perish Now underneath the fucking Blissey?
Perish Now! So we have Mousehold coming back in, getting the benefits of that wish, and now the Wrap can come in. But you're going to die to this next Population Bomb.
It's 4-2 this time, though.
That's right, it's 4-2, but this Pop Bomb is going to take out the Melodic, assuming we're hitting every time. And it's about time.
Yep. Almost left at 1 HP, that would have been funny. I guess the Poison would have killed, but still. As here comes Royal Flush, the Umbreon. Been playing Balatro a bit lately, or perhaps just knows something about cars. Is about to get Pop Bombed. No Rocky Helmet, though.
Yep, no Rocky Helmet. It's just going to take a solid 70% damage from this population. Oh, an 8. Oh, a crit. Never mind. Dealing a lot more.
Mousehold moment as we're calm minding. Okay, you should probably mind your fucking business as you're going to go down this next turn.
Yeah, this Mousehold can honestly doesn't even need to click Population Bomb. At this point, you could just click any other move.
Family 4 is too strong. It's no use. Here comes Splish Splash, the Splash Politoed, taking a Pop Bomb to the face, and he gets owned.
Yeah, and finally we have Vaporeon is going to come in, get poisoned. Stealth Rock Chip is going to come in.
It's got the name. It's using
Bide?
Wait, hold on oh, Tickle, never mind. Hold on, if he bided a Pop Bomb, would that...
Don't you just die to it now, though, because of the -1 defense?
Did you know? Storing energy, Pop Bomb. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this thing's
dead.
The
crit
this
too.
Dead
oh,
as hell.
No. Wait, only 2 hits.
Hit twice. I think this thing's dead to bite then.
Wait a minute. Holy shit! It.
Yo.
Okay, all right. As here comes Lygavor's last Mon Wood, the Meloetta, but it is faster than the Vaporeon, taking out Guardian's last Mon and taking a win from the starting. What the fuck? Bide actually worked.
Wow, that's very interesting. Betting on the fact that the Population Bomb would do less. I mean, that's a win condition right there. But unfortunately, Meloetta was just able to come in and clean it up.
I mean, to be fair, that's a win condition in the same way that me finding a 20 on the street and actually getting able to eat that night is a win condition. Like, I don't know if that's like gonna happen every time, but like, it happens, and I got me a burger. That's a win.
You get that dub.
Oh, I mean, he didn't win, but, you know. The dog was able to kill that family of 4.
That is true. That is very true. After angering the dog just a little too much, finally bit back, decided to beat up little Timmy, who fucked around a little too much and found out. So that is going to end up being a 1-0 victory for the Sardine Slugmas over the Winter Olympics. A very interesting match, to say the least.
Definitely a goofy game.
Yeah. You can even see Guardian going for the silliness again sometime. We didn't make it to turn 100. We failed. If you guys made it to turn 100, you'd be having more than a bye next week, Guardian.
Someone gonna be saying bye.
This one made it to turn 40, which is kind of incredible. I do want to point out that the Blissey having no attacking moves and no way of pivoting out is actually not bad for a Whirlpool Perish Song trap. 2 come in, I do think that that's a very interesting choice on the Politoed. So I do like that prep particularly. It's not great because, Petrarun, for example, on the team can't be hit by that because that thing gets access to Parting Shot. So that thing could just pivot outside of your Whirlpool regardless. So it's an interesting bring, to say the least.
Plus, if that Blissey even just had, Seismic Toss, one splash is funny, but, after that, again, if she had Seismic Toss, it would have been fucking over.
Yeah, that's doing at least 30% to your HP, and that's, it's not a lot when you're a Politoed.
Mm-hmm. Interesting ideas, though. I'm surprised some of them worked out, to be honest. Bide? That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we even saw this Darkrai come in with Roar of Time at the very start and put in a ton of work.
That had me thinking this was fucking hack mods. What do you mean it gets Roar of Time?
Yeah, I was not ready for that. I had seen the thing got Spatial Rend, but I did not ever see Roar of Time on this thing's roster.
It was it's 7 o'clock!
Oh, man. Unfortunate we didn't get to see too much from the Titan. It just came in with boots and died.
Yeah, that was a hell of a fucking sack, man. I feel a little bad, but I guess we found out it had boots, and assumedly still sheer force.
Right. So,
but
if it didn't have access to boots, could have been Thick Fat, could have been Slush Rush, I guess. But, if it's most likely Thick Fat if we're talking just in a vacuum, powerful abilities.
I mean, we've definitely seen before someone running a weather type ability and not having quite a weather setter on their current team, but still having a mon that sets the weather. I think Jesse did that either last week or 2 before. Can't remember. But we've seen it before. It's definitely not optimal, but in a draft format, you can't always have the Obama Snow. You can't have the I don't know if there are other weather set in Pokemon. That's kind of the best one. But anyways, that's our that's the first match of this week. Do you have anything else to say about this match, or you want to move on to 2?
I can't believe we only put one good weather setter in this entire draft.
That's the only
That's
one.
Really crazy. That's literally the only Pokemon that gets access to snowboarding in this draft. Yeah, let's head on to game number 2, where we have Taino versus Dom, which is going to be the Slacking Saboteurs versus the Red Guard.
So, looking here, we're seeing a lot of familiar mons again. I think the only new one I could see right now is a someone from draft 2. It's our boy Toadstool waving high from the stadium. What's up, dude?
Yo, what's up? He's here to party. You are right, by the way. Toadstool is the only new bring that is coming this week.
I remember stuff sometimes. See,
You're actually so intelligent.
Yeah. Ooh.
Damn. I didn't know he was this smart. Yo. Yo. What the hell? It's like you could tell me, what exactly is Taino's team packing here?
It's looking like he's got himself the young Roaring Moon. He's got buff Pikachu. He's got Skarmory, but ground. Or I guess that's more of a Landorus sort of deal. Whatever. He's got Squirtle. He's got Keldeo, and he's got Masquerada Libero Fire. Folks, we got Salamence, we got Palma, we got Gliscor, we got Terrapagos, we got Volcanion, we got... okay, that one actually might be wrong. Never mind, I can read the screen. Silly me. We got Volcanion, we got Cinderace. That's all instinct. I don't gotta read that shit. I just know it. Except for Volcanion, I had to second guess that. But! We're looking
you up until Squirtle.
Well, it's a turtle.
Oh my god. And the Doms on the other side, we got Ursaluna on all fours. We got Hi Guys. We got that fast fish that everybody hates. We got the Ferris Manus. We got Walking Wake, and we got that funny little spider. No, big spider. That thing's a terrifyingly large spider, actually.
So quick overview. We're looking at the Dom's team. We got some speed control with Galvantula. We got the possibility of sun or rain coming up with the inclusion of Barraskewda and Walking Wake, assuming rain for the former of the two. And that speed control is definitely going to be important because Toedscruel and Ursaluna are quite slow Pokemon, while the rest are moderate, if not super fast.
Well, if I remember correctly, I believe Toedscruel is actually relatively fast. What makes it slow is its ability makes you go last in priority bracket.
That's probably what I was thinking of. I guess only if he uses a status move. Thank you, Mr. Allen.
Yeah. That's what my Mycelium Mine does. Yeah.
I guess I did forget that its pre-evolution Toedscool is on all fucking twos, just running, booking it.
That's right. You got that Looney Tunes run.
Damn, Toedscool's got base 100 speed. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but they
right.
can't give something access to 100 base speed Spore, so they had to give it Mycelium Mite.
I mean, at least it will make Spore work if they have a certain ability, right? I remember reading this during Draft 2 and thinking, yo, this might be kind of cool, but it's only affects ability. So Spore still won't work against grass types, and mons that are immune to status will still not be spored. You can put a Golden Go to sleep, though, so that's cool. He probably will kill you or swap out the next turn, though, so, whatever.
Well, that's a bit tough. But luckily there's no Golden Go on this field, so... Now, that's not to say there are no threats on Tyno's side that can't kill a Toedscruel, because, I mean, listen, Toedscruel's not the toughest Pokemon
no.
on the field right now.
No, we got some fast motherfuckers, we got some bulky motherfuckers, we got a court change to bring the webs right back to you.
Yeah, I should really like the court change bring.
Yeah, I mean, depending on if it's running court change. I don't remember if it did last time. But this being a singles bracket, you really should consider that sort of thing, especially with how many hazards could be flung around and how everyone has access to Silvally with Defog. Which, speaking of, no dog this match either.
That's right. They both decided to not bring the Silvally. Notably, Dom has not ever brought Silvally. And apart from Shine... So far, we haven't seen their match yet this week. They are the only two to never bring us Silvally.
Well, you don't have to ever bring Silvally as long as you keep that dog in you during these matches, okay?
That's right. Okay, so let's see if either of them have the dog in them.
Right.
Let's head into the first round. All right, we got a Gliscor lead.
Sinister 6 versus, hey guys, it's Toedscruel.
Hey guys, let's see if this thing can do anything in this match here. It decides to go for Toxic Spikes.
The Gliscor substitute. It's getting toxic by its own, or might be going for a Swords Dance. We're going to start seeing some facades going out. I don't know if Toedscruel is going to deal with it, because it's throwing a Leech Seed, and it just does not affect him on behind a substitute.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So now we get another free turn of setup. We're +3. Goes for Leech Seed again.
Are we throwing? He's not going to switch. He's +2.
Right, exactly. Giga Drain pops at sub, but now we're +4.
Jesus Christ.
How much is this Giga Drain going to do? It does 40%, but anything this Gliscor throws out could kill it. But decides to go for another substitute. Get a little bit of healing going on.
He's got Poison Heal. I don't think he cares. Oh, start swinging! Swing right now! EQ! Oh, he's got the sash!
Okay, but Giga Drain's not going to do enough to kill this thing, but you can bring it relatively low.
Quick attack? This thing was quick attack?
Yo, we got RCS at home!
Oh my god.
Okay!
You really saying we got RCS at home when we're running the RCS at home draft right now? Holy shit. As we're oh my god, we're really scared as Barraskewda as we're swapping out to running out of steam the Volcanium with Water absorbing that Aqua Jet.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet that Barraskewda being able to just naturally outspeed, I don't know Barraskewda would die to a +6 quick attack, and you would definitely die to a liquidation on the clapback.
as we're swapping out from Barraskewda, not wanting to get burned by this Will-O-Wisp, into the shiny Galvantula. That looks cool as fuck. You see that dark blue? Hell yeah.
I do. We're seeing the Gliscor switch in on what you assume to be a Thunder. Ooh. There it is. And now Gliscor is safe coming in, gets another Poison Heal. Great pivot.
Pivoting back out. Here comes Barraskewda again, ready to deal with this. Oh my god, taking almost 80% from that Gliscor's Earthquake. It's not even +2 right now. This thing is just not built for it. As it goes for an Aqua Jet, not enough to kill. Quick Attack, not enough to kill. Ooh, how are we going to deal with this? Are we going to go for Aqua Jet again? Are we going to go for Liquidation? Are we going to switch out to Morrigan, the Walking Wake, getting that boost of which I can't remember. Quarked up. Thank you. Sorry.
That's right. Yep, we got the Photosynthesis boost. We have Poison Heal. Very interesting here that we actually saw a switch here to Walking Wake. I was expecting there to be like a Quick Attack. Like if you want to trade Aqua Jet for Quick Attack, that's totally fine. You get to take out the Barraskewda. But the switch came in, and Tyler decided to go for a substitute here. Apart from trying to kill that Barraskewda, was not at all afraid of taking another Aqua Jet. And I think got rewarded here.
Definitely a good read on his part.
But now Walking Wake is here. This thing can click Hydro Steam behind, you know, this substitute once. But now what is this Gliscor going to do? That's definitely going to pop the sub.
Staying in. Goes for EQ 32. That's not enough. You're going to have to get the hell out of there, man.
Yeah, this thing will definitely kill you with another Hydro Steam. So Volcanions, the switch in. Thanks to the balloon, it's not actually getting hit by these hazards. And that Water Absorb is going to come in clutch here, forcing the swap out.
Going for the Willow again, probably anticipating, I don't know, someone else coming out, but here comes Galvantula to dodge it. And then back out to Gliscor on the other side, tanking that Thunder, being a ground type after all.
That's right. And so we're seeing this exact same pivoting strategy come out. I mean, here comes Barraskewda again, but if Gliscor just clicks an Earthquake, this time Barraskewda's gone.
Yeah.
There's no more threat. Booster Energy's already been used on Walking Wake, so you don't even need to worry about it being +1 special at this point.
I got to Volcanion. Did he read the swap out to this Water Absorb Mon? No, goes for... Wait, Terra Blast. Okay, so that's a normal type move, dealing 30%. You know, we don't have Terra in this draft, so...
That's right, yeah. Notably, if there ever tries to be any amount of swapping again, it's going to get poisoned this time. And so the Terra Blast again is going to chip it down to 41%, but an Earth Power from the Volcanions knocking it pretty low. I mean, ooh, Galvantula switch on in Earth Power?
Yeah, oh, whoa. It's neutral, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bug does resist ground. Switching to Gliscor, reading a Thunder coming out, and sure enough, there it is.
Click webs or something. It won't help you against Gliscor, but at least get some kind of momentum, man. This is painful as we're going out to Ursaluna. Full health, probably trying to get something out of it, but getting nothing as this full health Gliscor is behind a substitute again.
That's right, and now we have Ursaluna comes in, it's burned, we got Guts on the field, so now some Facade should do a lot close combat.
Don't agree with that. That's going to deal not very effective damage to the flying type, and not enough to pop the substitute either. Now you're -1 for no reason.
Yeah, now this Earthquake's going to do a ton. Doesn't matter what you click here.
You had Ice Punch and you didn't click it?
We should have gone for the Ice Punch to start, and now it doesn't matter. Now you're just getting Earthquaked. Ice Punch could have done a ton of damage before.
Oh, the Dom trying to read a little too much and getting punished for it. That sucks, especially against the Gliscor. Earthquake on the Iron Hands, almost enough to kill it, as this thing also has Ice Punch. But again, not enough to kill this fucking threat.
That's right, and all the Pokemon on Dom's team are very low.
Why'd you go for Quick Attack? You're already faster. It does not kill the Iron Hands as it goes down to the Ice Punch. Tyno is now 5-3. That was a... What? You didn't have to click that. You were faster. Here comes Portgas D. Aceban, the fucking Cinder Ace, court changing the stupid-ass Toxic Spikes to the other side of the field and getting one-shot by close combat.
That's right. I mean, this Iron Hands is not a very fast Pokemon, but if you're not going to click something that does something here... Oh, but Terrapagos has access to better multi-scale, which means this close combat's not even going to do a ton. It doesn't matter. You're dead anyway.
Also, the Rapid Spin to get a speed boost, maybe also forgetting that they have the hazards on the other side of the field. Galvantula reveals... Oh, never mind. It's already burned, as it goes down to Terra Starstorm. It's looking bad for the Dom as they're only down to their Walking Wake, who is now poisoned at 12%, and down to the crit Terra Starstorm. Did not matter. And Tyno wins this battle handily, 4-0.
Yeah, I wonder if the quick attack on the Gliscor was, I was afraid of maybe a priority move for my opponent, but, like, I don't even think a Mach Punch would kill a Gliscor from there.
No, definitely not.
So,
Close combat wasn't even enough to break the goddamn
I don't even know if Iron Hands gets Mach Punch.
I feel like it gets something. We're being told it gets Bullet Punch, but not Mach Punch.
Yeah, you would have survived. You could have just clicked, most of these moves on any of them. It might have gone down to the Walking Wake coming in, because I believe Walking Wake does outspeed it. And then, it dies there. But, I don't know. The core change also seemed unnecessary. But for what it's worth, Taino won that match very handedly. We saw the Gliscor put in so much work. Just being able to pivot between that and the Volcanion, the Water Absorb and the Ground typing to ignore the Electric type attacks. They were able to pivot into each other very, very well into Dom's threats.
Super strong immunities and just really high defenses in general, especially behind a substitute for the Gliscor. That was really annoying to deal with. And even after the Dom was able to deal with it, there was still 5 Mons left on the team, and most of them haven't even been sent out. We don't even know if they had funny nicknames.
That's true. We didn't get to see the Salamence. We didn't get to see the Palmont.
God damn.
That is unfortunate.
Well, the Sinister Six definitely ran this entire game. I almost said ran a train. Ran the game. Maybe ran a train. I don't know.
Oh, but I can tell you, it definitely helped to give Taino and the Slacking Saboteurs a 4-0 victory over Dom and the Red Guard for week number 4.
Wow, and that's a 4-0 this week. And just a quick preview of the standings this week. Taino is 4-0 on the total score list. Hasn't lost a single match of these last 4 weeks.
And has some of the better differentials of any of the players in the draft. Has gotten a 6-0, a 3-0. One of them was close with a 1-0, and now adding another 4-0 on top of it, it's going to be hard to catch that differential. And if Taino keeps up the same pressure, doesn't end up dropping a game, definitely securing that number 1 spot for sure in playoffs. And even if you don't secure that number 1 spot, that differential could put you ahead come tiebreaker times.
Mm-hmm. And we certainly got a handful of other 3-0 trainers right now, so it's still anyone's game on week 4 out of 8. 7?
8.
8. I felt 8, but for whatever reason, my brain said 7. My apologies. I gotta pay me less this week, man.
That's rough. It's alright. Maybe you'll find a 20 on the road and can buy a burger.
Oh, fuck yeah. Give me a Culver's burger.
Wait a minute.
Yeah? Yeah, Culver's.
Yeah,
all right.
Let's fucking go. We just cut it, yeah.
Cut the Culver's conversation, because we're talking about Pokemon right here. As we got Saber versus Diz, a.k.a. the Nihility Factory versus the Moss Rock Sentinels. I'm usually on top of it. It's just because they're close in the rankings. But here we got a pretty good looking match right here. We're seeing a lot of Mons that we've seen before. In fact, I think we've seen every single one of these Mons so far. Even Glastier, who I would have assumed not. But this thing, the horse.
Yeah, taking a quick look, it does look like we have all repeats. Something very interesting is Saber has used all of his Pokemon except for one, which is Regice. Mm-hmm. And Diz not having used Wo-Chien, Iron Leaves, or Lurantis yet.
Are you sure? I thought they used Wo-Chien before.
No, I wish they did.
Oh, it'll be one for the history books, folks. Let's get a Wo-Chien moment in chat to summon him into our world.
Pour one out.
On the floor.
Hopefully next week. I'm the highest on copium you've ever seen. I want to see this Wo-Chien so bad. It's the mascot! You can't not bring the mascot!
I mean, unless you're fighting Diz next week, in which case they're not bringing Wo-Chien. Don't worry about it. Don't even vote for it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Unless.
But what Diz did bring this week is access to some of these very scary threats that we saw. We have Kartana, which is always an absolute monster with Beast Boost. We have Ogerpon, who can click IV Cudgel, and that is a really good move. This will hit already on the opposing side, not knowing what that Sovali is. We got Skarmory and we got Celesteela that do not want to take this bonk. Hell, I don't even think Scovillain wants to take this bonk, if I'm going to be real.
That's going to deal neutral damage, and that's probably enough to deal with that because it's pretty frail, especially compared to how strong Ogerpon just is in general, and that's without a crit from the Ivy Cudgel. Yeah,
that's right. And that Hearth Flame Mask giving you even bonus to your attack for whatever reason. Who decided that was okay? We got Stakataka on the exact opposite side. This thing's got 1 billion defense. I checked it. Don't double check me. It's got 1 billion.
With a B. That's
right. We got Glamora, who's gonna set up them hazards.
Hazards!
Watch out. The hazards be a-coming. Our Chaladon, probably one of my favorite DLC Pokemon, having access to Electroshot, which is really good in the rain. I don't see any rain setters on this team, but it's there. Has access to Draco Meteor, just like a really good special attacker. Has access to Stamina as well, which is a really cool ability. So this thing's got stats to be able to solidify itself on the team. Only thing it's lacking in is special defense.
And even factoring in that, it's got a really good type as well with Dragon Steel, resisting so many things just for free.
That's right. And finally, Glacier, definitely no slouch in and of itself. It's got some fantastic stats outside of speed.
Yeah, it's looking like most of Diz's team is pretty speed-oriented, aside from Glacier and Stakataka, and I'm not sure about Alcaladon, but I believe that they ran a Trick Room before almost exclusively for their Stakataka, so we might see that again.
It's true, yeah, and over on Saber's side, I see some fast boys, like, we can talk about, we've seen Autotomize? Is that how you say that word?
Autotomize? No, it is Autotomize, you're right, sorry.
But we've seen Celesteela be able to set up for that. We've seen Scovillain with Chlorophyll coming in as very fast, speedy threat. So I wouldn't hate a Trick Room bring. Iron Moth inherently is just kind of a fast Pokemon. Base 100 speed. Might actually be more.
I feel like it's one of the faster ones. You're probably right. 100 with a B, by the way.
True. We got Armarouge, who is always happy to click some good special attacking moves. We got Sylvally, don't know which kind, but I can tell you it's one of 4 typings.
Could be Poison, Steel, Ice, or Fire.
That's right. And I think looking at this team at a base level, I'm seeing some pretty good Fire type coverage, and I don't think Kartana's going to have a good time, if I'm going to be real.
Yeah, but maybe if 3 or 4 Mons on the other team are taken out, then it could do I don't know actually. What is it? Grass Steel?
Yeah.
Every Mon on Saber's team is either going to be Fire or Steel type. It resists that. Oh no! Glorious favorite Mon doesn't get to play.
Maybe. Kartana still does a ton of damage even if it's a resist. And Kartana's very fast, so it might be able to come in, even click a resisted Leaf Blade will still do a good amount.
That is true, but out of all the Pokemon, it is quite literally made of paper, so it might not make it. But we can't be saying ifs, ands, buts, mights, coulds, etc. We should be saying wills, and other words similar to that, because we should and shall watch the battle. Anything else to say before I make you click play?
No, let's get it.
Thank you. All right, let's start her up.
All right, so let's see what our leads are. Saber's going to lead with the Skarmory, the Gears of Fate, and Diz leading with the Glamora. We all know the Glamora is the lead.
Going for the Stealth Rocks. Going for the Tailwind. Okay.
All right, love to see that. Goes for a Roost.
Don't know why. You're faster. After the Tailwind, did you forgore?
Maybe, but we got Body Press, Toxic Spikes are going to come on, and this Glamora can just kill this Skarmory. Like, who cares about Sash or Memento or whatever they were doing in Jesse's matchup the last week? Let's just kill him!
Yeah, one turn of Tailwind is nice and all, but, like, this is a Glamora victory for sure, as we're not even half health, and we had 2 hazards on the field. However, Savali Steel comes out to defog and gets hit half health by an Earth Power, and the other half is taken out just now.
Yeah, Glamora is not a slow Pokemon. You cannot sleep on it. It's got really intimidating special attack and speed. You can't just say, oh, this thing's just going to set up hazards and do absolutely nothing and die. Like, no, this thing's a threat. And we're seeing that. Memento is now coming out.
Okay.
Tired of playing with this toy. Let's drop it on the Scovillain who tries to go for a Stomping Tantrum.
Is content with 2 Mons down with no hazards on the field. Fine by me. I got the value out of it as we're going out to Ogerpon Hearthflame. Bonk. Hitting the Trailblazing in the +1 speed. Never mind. Stomping Tantrum, neutral damage. Doesn't even do half to this Ogerpon as we're setting up a Swords Dance.
Yeah, you're not scared anymore. There's a Flamethrower. It's Life Orb, but now we're +2 attack and +1 speed. What can stop this Ogerpon from doing anything?
Well, the Memento really did work as Ogerpon sits up and says, let me show you what a real grass fire type does. Stomping Tantrums the Iron Moth, one-shotting it.
Yeah, this thing's not going to live in Ivy Cudgel. That is down.
Oh, no!
Yeah, it's +2, and I don't think Armor Rouge can even eat a Stomping Tantrum coming out from a +2 attack Ogerpon.
Holy shit. And that is a 5-0 victory for the Moss Rock Sentinels. Holy shit. Ogerpon really showing the gap in power.
It bonked. It bonked and it threw a tantrum. It's a baby for real.
12 turns compared to the 40 of match 1 is insane to me. I feel like I blinked and that match was over.
Yeah, that was a slugfest and a half. I mean, we just let the Ogerpon set up a little too fast, and there really wasn't a lot you could do because the Memento onto the Scoville, and you have to swap there because you're not doing nearly enough damage to stop or even intimidate this Ogerpon from being able to set up. Maybe switching into like an Armor Rouge or something that can maybe eat one that isn't Sword Stance, and then you can clap back, especially if you think they're going to go for something like a Trailblaze like they did in their match versus Jesse. You could switch into Armor Rouge, get a weak armor proc, and now you're faster and can outspeed and maybe kill this Ogerpon.
Yeah, but too little too late is with +1 speed, +2 attack. It's like, what do I have on my side? Steel types, fire types. Oh, man.
Yeah, that thing was able to just click every single move into Saber's team, and there was just not a lot that they could do about it. Wow, a 5-0 victory for Diz and the Moss Rock Sentinels is quite a good start to the Week 4 and quite a good end to the first half of our round robin.
Jeez, I was just talking about Tyno getting a 4-0 victory for the total of these 4 weeks, and it looks like Diz is on track to be doing the same.
Yeah, a great way to separate yourself from the difference. Like we had Photon, Debugger, and ABC, who we're going to see their match later on, were the ones that were tied with Diz, and Diz is coming out real strong with that 5-0.
Yeah, for real, that's really gonna shake up the difference, the numbers, what do you call that number actually?
The differential?
Differential, thank you.
Yeah. That differential is going to go crazy. Adding another 5 to it is really trying to catch up to Taino's score. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. We'll see what that's standing on when we get to there, though.
All right, let's take a look at our next match, which is going to be Shine and the Ronda Rangers taking on Derbologist and the Flimsy Foundations.
What happened to the avatars? Shine, aka Tom from MySpace, hitting the default black and white Rosa, which can't hate, but What's up? What's up, Topologist? You
Yeah, what are we doing here?
what's this? Do you think this is the right social climate for your avatar to be All right. But let's look at the teams right now. Okay? We got Tapu Fini, we got him on top, we got Mienshao, we got God, why don't I just read the right side? I keep looking at the Pokemon and going, all right, that's Dondozo. We got GP, we got Keldeo. You know, pretty overall. We got some defensive mons, we got some offensive mons. Pretty balanced team, I'd say. Doesn't look like we're relying on any sort of weather. However, with a photosynthesis mon, sun is a possibility, and of course, Misty Surge is going to come out due to the Tapu Lele.
Yeah, sure. I agree. This does seem pretty well balanced. We do have 3 water types over on Derbologist's team.
Oh right, I always think Tapu Fini is a fairy for some reason. Because
the
it puts up the
fairy type.
Puts up the fairy terrain, and also all the Tapus are fairy, so it must be fairy. No, it's fairy water.
Yeah. So that's 2 relatively good hard-hitting special attackers in here. I know Dondozo gets access to Wave Crash, it gets access to probably Liquidation, Surf, all that stuff, but I know this thing's mostly a physical attacker. On top of the other 3 physical attackers that he's got in his team. So this definitely seems like an intimidating team to go into a rock-type team that Shine does have.
Before we pivot over to Shine's team... Oh, sorry, go on.
Well, I was going to pivot on over, so what's up?
Has Gathering Fire always had the painted nails on? She's kind of slaying.
Yo!
Right? That's pretty good.
You're right.
Zoom in. That's pretty. Damn. The French tips.
Hey, I'm gonna need... Yo, hit me up at the salon. Hello. But Shine's team over here, we have got quite a few threats over here as well. We got both the Iron, Boulder, and Jugulus are coming to play.
Oh, fucking hell.
Quirked out of their mind.
Iron Hugo over here, as my friend so eloquently calls him.
Iron Hugo.
Yeah, the juice.
The juice. I'm the juice with the metal. Or the metal with the juice.
The Robo Communion. All right, but what other mods we got? We got how would you call this one? G Moltres, Gold Trace.
Yeah, this is the one that doesn't have a cool name with it.
Oh, cool, huh? Just, like Gapdos, that's cool.
Gapdos is cool,
right.
Okay? Gapdos is a very cool name, and I will not hear slander on Gapdos.
Okay, we're not...
So...
I'm so glad.
Man, it's a really good thing that I did not just hear something out of pocket in my ear.
Yeah, it's a good thing our fellow admin is not recording right now, because that was... Editor, make up whatever he said. Because there's a gap in the difference between the shit that I'm talking and the shit that he's talking. You know what I'm saying? Between the dose of us, you know.
Yeah. We do have G Moltres and Articuno here as well. So we're bringing the legendary birds. We're bringing the double future Paradox Pokemon. We got our Shifu over here. And then we got Chestnut.
Yes, sir.
We got Chestnut. He's here.
I feel like he did some work the last time he showed up. So I want to talk shit because he's surrounded by some strong mons. But bro kind of carried a little bit if I remember correctly. Unless he didn't. In which case... Maybe I'm being a little biased because I remember back when XY came out, Chespin was the GOAT.
True. It is very true. Chespin is, in fact, the GOAT. Still is, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So, something to be said, because I brought it up for most of the other matches at this point. Shine is actually bringing 2 brand new Pokemon to this match that he hasn't brought in his previous matches. That being Iron Jugulus and Articuno. Otherwise, we have repeats all around because at this point, Derbologist has used the entire roster of the Flimsy Foundations. Everybody has seen play at this point. So, very cool to see that sort of diversity coming in, and we get to see Shine use Pokemon that he might not be too familiar with using yet. So, I'm definitely interested to see how this is going to go, because just at a basic threat level looking at these two teams, I don't know, man. Who let these Pokemon in the draft? I still don't know who did that. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see how Derpologist is going to deal with Urshifu because, Shine... I don't think Shine's an idiot. Like, Urshifu's going to come every single time. Urshifu's a fucking beast, no matter what the setup of the team is.
That is true. Yeah, it's been brought both weeks that he's played. So, along with Iron Boulder and Obstagoon up to this point. This is Obstagoon's first time on the bench.
You think he's crossing his arms like normally now since he's sitting down on the bench, or do you think he's still doing the X pose?
Well, you definitely stick with the X pose. You can't call it like it's part of his character, Do
you think he could like kind of alter it a bit so his hands are? I keep hitting the mic trying to do it myself. His hands are close together and he's like holding the phone the weird way. He's playing Flappy Bird, like poking it with his nose.
Yeah. Yo, he can double play Flappy Bird then.
Oh,
with
true.
His hands
2
like
phones.
That. Yo. Got the 2 phones, one for the Flappy Bird and one for the sponsor of today's video, Raid Shadowlet.
Yeah.
Get ready to raid. Explore and fight. Choose your champions. Defeat bosses. Win PvP battles. Raid Shadow Legends.
Alright, but enough waffling around, as I seem to say rather frequently. Let's get into this battle, shall we?
Let's do it. Let's see what these leads are. We have got the Good Luck Have Fun for everyone. We got the Shiny Chestnut hitting the table with Dondozo for Derpologist.
Leech Seed instead of a strong Wood Hammer probably would take this thing out. Goes for a Body Slam on the Leech Seed, though, getting hit by the Rocky Helmet. It's looking like Chestnut's winning this trade, as was foretold.
Yeah, and so we're going to see an immediate swap to Gouging Fire because that Leech Seed's going to come in crazy, and we get a Bulk Up, punishing that switch out pretty hard.
Yeah, especially since it's Quarked Up on attack right now. And speaking of, swapping out the Chestnut for the Iron Boulder, Quarked Up on speed this time.
That's right, we got Iron Boulder is here with the speed. Burning Bulwark is not going to do anything. Mighty Cleave does a solid amount of damage.
Not sure why Derpologist thought that it was going to attack back instead of switching, because I'm pretty sure any Fire-type move would have taken it out.
Yeah.
Wait, huh?
Oh!
What?
Yo! He doesn't know!
What?
He doesn't know!
I don't know. What happened? He just
so
attacked.
Mighty Cleave.
Does it go through Protect?
It does.
Dog.
Similar to Hyperspace Hole from Hoop Unbound. This, yeah. Mighty Cleave goes through Protect.
So you're telling me Shine has 2 Mons on his team that goes through Protect? With their Shifu and a Boulder?
Better players.
I mean, unless Chestnut's running Feint or some shit.
Right, yeah. That'd be crazy. But yeah, that Mighty Cleave is crazy going into the Gouging Fire like this. That's, oof.
That's gonna take it out though. 1 DD, one Quark, and 1 down on Derpologist's side. Sending out Mountain Chow next, getting 1
It's
shot
dead.
by the Zen Headbutt. Okay, there's 4 now.
Yo, Quirked up on speed, Hitmontop finally gets that Intimidate drop off on it. And a fake out.
Okay, cool. You should leave now before he gets Zen Headbutted, maybe to Dondozo, perhaps? Or nope, Zen Headbutt. Lives! I forgot this thing's defense is insane for some reason. The flinch.
Ooh, gets the flinch though. Zen Headbutt is gonna take it out. This thing is quirked up, and it has taken out 3 Pokemon single-handedly.
Okay. Unfortunately, Dondozo comes out, leading Shine to swap out to Chestnut and tank a Liquidation, while the Dondozo takes some damage from the Rocky Helmet. Pivoting back out to Tapu Fini, though, it's setting up that Misty Terrain, meaning no statuses can affect the field, correct?
Yeah, that's right. So Grass Knot hits the field trying to hit that Dondozo. Articuno comes out on the Tapu Fini to eat a Moonblast. Kind of. Moonblast taking the second one, getting a special attack drop. That's pretty massive.
Oh yeah, because it prevented that freeze dry from dealing 60 instead of 50, but going for the Ice Shard for some reason, that does no damage. You forget what type it was? As Articuno
Oh,
goes
just
down.
wanted to get priority damage out.
I suppose that's true.
Since you're slower than the Feeny. This is Jugulus. It can't be corked up, and it misses the Hydro Pump.
God, it gets one shot
Yeah.
by the Moonblast. This is it's really turning around here, folks, as we're 4-3. All of a sudden, here comes Urshifu, though. Tapu Fini looking like the only mon that could have tanked it, but unfortunately, it's just low enough that these surging strikes are going to take it down.
Yep, so even though you're resisting it, Urshifu does do a ton of damage, and now Dondozo and Keldeo are the last ones. We're switching back to Chestnut. This thing has been the Dondozo answer every single time.
Resting up, chesting up, and we're back to full.
Yep. We Resto Chesto. The Leech Seed misses. That's pretty big.
Body slam. Is that all you got, buddy? You're going to take more damage from the Rocky Helmet than the body slam, and eventually you're going to get hit by this fucking Leech Seed. And I know this motherfucker has spiky shield. I can tell. I can smell it in
Could
the
be
damn
fishing
water.
for a Paralyze maybe at this point. But even then, that
shit,
Grass
you had
Knot.
Grass Knot the whole time? Why didn't you just press that?
Yeah, I mean, you used it on the Tapu Fini. Very interesting here. Well, went for Leech Seed and just wanted to go for the Grass Knot for, get some healing from the Leech Seed.
Well, down to Keldeo and air slashes the Chestnut, leaving 1 for Derpologist and 3 left for Shine. Unfortunately, these Surging Strikes here to come out and deal no damage. It's a water type, buddy. You should have hit, like, I don't know, CC? That would have done neutral damage.
We're done neutral, yeah. I wonder what this thing is running.
Air slash.
So-
Almost kills.
Yeah, almost takes it out. This thing shows its leftovers, and we're getting another Surging Strikes. I wonder if this thing is like Choice Banded or something.
Still, it came out and clicked it. Like, he must have assumed it would have just done a lot more damage. Derpologist reading the water, gotta go for the Calm Mind, though.
Yeah, I don't care. The Surging Strikes isn't going to do that much damage to me. And so, Keldeo's taking 30% every single turn. You got to be able to kill this thing right now. Okay, Scald comes out.
Nice and safe. Air slash
know-
could have missed.
This thing's got max 346 speed, which means Boulder can just come out. It outspeeds and probably kills this thing.
That headbutt, yep, that kills it. As there goes the last mon of Derpologist's team, leading the victory to Shine's Ronda Rangers.
That's right. It's a 2-0 victory for the Ronda Rangers over Derpologist and the Flimsy Foundations.
These are both teams that were 1-2 of the previous week, and it looks like for this week, Shine has won it out and went on to become 2-2.
Yeah, I think there's quite a few things to say about this match. I think the Chestnut being brought to literally counter that Dondozo, and even to a certain extent, maybe Keldeo? I'm not sure how well it's going to eat attacks from Keldeo, but it was just there to be so annoying in case a Dondozo shows up. Like, that thing could do nothing against a Chestnut.
With the Rocky
So I'd
Helmet,
love to see
the Leech
that.
Seed. I'm surprised he didn't go for a Woodhammer, but I guess going for more secure and defensive sort of set.
Yeah, very interesting. This Iron Boulder put in insane amounts of work, calling out the Burning Bulwark and hitting Mighty Cleave on the Gouging Fire, saying, listen, you don't know. He doesn't know.
I would like to believe it would have been went a little differently if he did know, but I'm not sure because he didn't know.
Well, it's Iron Boulder will outspeed. Oh no, because it was DD at that point, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, so yeah, maybe if this thing clapped back with like an earthquake at first. I don't know if this would have killed, but
Hard to say,
yeah.
but that definitely was a determining factor towards Shine's victory this week.
For sure, because Boulder was able to just come in and click good moves. This Mienshao just came in and died.
Yeah.
And then Hitmontop came out and was able to fake out and then die.
It intimidated
But-
as well, but yeah.
So that made it a little rough. I do wonder about the Mienshao over the Hitmontop. Maybe forgot that this thing was plus speed because of the booster. Not entirely sure on that, but the Keldeo seemed like a pretty solid answer into the Urshifu. Like, it ate about 30% every single time, but leftovers meant it was only about 23%, and then was like, okay, let's just get some Calm Minds going, like...
I'm surprised how effective that was. I was really thinking that Tapu Fini or Dondozo would be the mon that would come out to Urshifu, but Keldeo honestly ended up, tanking 2-3 turns of Surging Strikes. Even got a Calm Mind off. Unfortunately, it wasn't fast enough in the end to deal with the boulder, but still.
Yeah, and we didn't even see Galarian Moltres this match. Just didn't even need it. So, overall, I would say pretty good plays from both players, and I like the prep from Shine.
Yeah, I agree. No nicknames on either side, though, so I'm going to have to give this a C+ out of 10.
Oh, true, actually. Come on,
Now
step up your game.
That was a good fight, though.
Speaking of good fights, we got one more for you guys.
One more fight.
We got Photon Debugger and the Hydrapple cores are going to be taking on ABC 102493 and the Static Psychedelics.
Dang, you get the numbers right every single time. I mean, I guess you're reading them off the screen. Never mind. Couldn't be me.
Life out here reading on the screen.
Could it be me? That's obviously Electric Cat, Great Neck, Kapu Kokeko, Latias, RKS Dog, and Samurott.
It's true. Yep, that's exactly what these say over here. So,
Shit. Yeah, on ABC's side, we got Zeraora, Raging Bolt, Tapu Koko, Latios, Silvally, which could be of ABC's types, could be Ground, Electric, Dark, or Psychic, and also they have Hisuian Samurott. So, judging by this, looks like a very offensive team, once again with 3 Electric types, and also Hisuian Samurott, which I believe is new, because I don't remember ever having to consider Ceaseless Edge within these battles, which, if you don't know, now you know. It does damage, and it sets spikes. Like, come on, man. That's good.
Yeah, so Hisuian Samurott has only showed up to one other battle so far. And if it didn't have a very glorious match because it came in, got exploded on, and died.
All right!
He was the first victim of the Lyco War choice band explosion.
Poor thing.
Yeah. It was really a real rough time for the Samurott Nation. So hopefully it gets its redemption arc here in this match against Photon. But what does Photon have to sort of combat against this electric team?
All right, so looking over here, I'm not going to read the names. I'm like a professional. I'm really intelligent. The bar is so high. I'm so smart. Garchomp. Shit. Primarina, I read it. G Slowking, G Weezing. We got Sneasler and Clefable. So looking like a lot of mons that we've seen before, except Primarina? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Awesome. I know things, see?
Yeah, that bar, it's up there, man.
God, we haven't mentioned the bar since before week 1. But looking at this team, what do you think we could expect from this team? Aside from Hatsune Miku, the Clefable again, possibly. Crossing my fingers.
Yeah, if we want to make any judgment calls as to previous weeks, we saw a normal gem fake out with Unburden on the Sneasler. That could come again. Slowking, we brought up a little bit earlier about the Chilly Reception. Could come out. Not that there's any ice types that want that, but it could be an interesting pivot move.
We love pivoting.
That's right. We love pivoting. We have Garchomp is Garchomp, so this thing will put in a lot of work versus these 3 electric types that are on the field. And if Silvally's electric as well. And Clefable can be a really annoying Pokemon, depending on how it's built. It gets a lot of utility. I was actually looking at this a little bit. That Clefable has access to a lot of stuff that I didn't realize. Like, this Pokemon's good.
It used to be a normal mon, man. It has that wide move pool and also magic bounce.
Yeah, like, really incredible Pokemon. Definitely on the ups on, the Zach seal of approval. Which means a lot, I promise.
Quickly skimming through Photon's team, not just this team, but the mons that she drafted. Going up against ABC, who has, from the last week, came in with 3 electric types. Photon has only 2 mons that have either flying type or levitate, and it looks like neither have appeared in this, so she will not have a safe pivot out from either of those 3. Oh, I'm so dumb. Other way
Does have
around.
That big
Editor.
bulky guy.
Editor. Editor. I'm sitting over here like, oh man, look at all these electric types. You need a bird out here because lightning rods are high up and they need to get struck by lightning. Garchomp over here like, oh, I guess I'm just chopped liver, huh?
Chopped liver. Yeah.
Editor, I'm so sorry. Cut that.
Sorry, we'll cut it and then don't even have to worry about the bar getting low. Yeah.
Let's run it back. Alright, well, I don't remember where we were, so.
Oh, I mean, we could just hard cut to, like, let's get into the battle.
Alright.
Because, I mean, we did a small little analysis on all of them, so I think we can just jump into it.
That's true. I do want to point out one thing, though. When you mentioned Sneasler with Fake Out Normal Gem the last time it showed up, looking at ABC's team, what does he have to deal with this? Like, is Latios, like, maybe the tankiest option? Maybe Bolt? I'm not sure.
Well, I can tell you what, Fake Out, maybe not, but Unburden being procced, what will outspeed that is potentially a Thunderclap from a Raging Bolt. And, you know, Sneasler is a very fast, very strong attacker, but I don't know if it'll live a Thunderclap.
That's true. Getting word from the admin. Sneasler, you mean? Sneasler survives a Thunderclap every time. That is weird.
There's that.
Jeez.
On top of, like, I know Samurott gets access to Sucker Punch, gets access to Aqua Jet. So there's priority moves that you can use to outspeed Sneasler, and if you can get it down to a low enough life total, or HP total, then you can knock it out with those priority moves. So that would be my guess as to how ABC's planning on dealing with an unburdened Sneasler.
This thing's a threat for a reason. But how about we go see it in action?
Let's do it. Let's see the final game of Week 4. We have Photon starting with the Sneasler, and ABC starting out with the Zero Aura.
Day and Night Disco versus the Monkey's Paws. We're swapping out to Monster Generation. I feel like I know these song titles. Getting faked out and getting hit by the rough skin.
Okay, we see a switch to Tapu Koko.
Biggest threat, ballooned up.
Okay, ballooned up, trying to read an Earthquake, but gets popped on the Crunch.
Balloon down. Here comes the Policy, G-Weezing. We're swapping a lot this match. We're already turn 2, and we've seen half the Mons, I think.
Yeah, and like really especially, we are seeing that the electric terrain is cut, meaning Zero Aura and Raging Bolt are not going to get that boost from it. This is a Sludge Wave into the Psychic Silvally that we see come out from ABC.
Real threat. Those guys are cool as fuck. Here comes Natsu Shiose, the Primarina, getting hit hard by the multi-attack. Oh my goodness. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Let's swap back to Garchomp.
Yeah, we see. That's right, and Ironhead trying to take out that Primarina, but I think another multi-attack would have done that.
Rough skin to up. Right, we did mention this beforehand. Terra is not allowed during this draft. However, this was an accident, and more importantly, the Terra did not matter and did not factor into what happened next, as the Crunch was going first and was going to kill. We have the greatest minds here to calc this kind of stuff and just, make sure.
It was a very tough calc. This thing went from a pure Psychic type to a pure Psychic type, moved second, and absolutely no damage was dealt from the Silvally, so all things considered, nothing changes of the outcome of this terrestrialization happening. So, therefore, it was an accident.
Oops. Game
resolves, continues as normal.
Don't Terra, guys.
Don't do it. I know it's there. I know that button looks so clickable. It really does.
Because in any other circumstance, if any little thing changed about this, that might have been a That might have been an automatic loss for the week. But, again, it didn't really matter. So, show must go on.
Yep. Show must go on. The crunch takes out the Silvally, bringing us down to 6-5 in Photon's side. Let's see what the answer is to this Garchomp as Misty Terrain leaves the battlefield.
Here comes the threat. Are these all threats? Swap back out.
And the Monkey's Paw.
Out to Wish Voyage, the Clefable, and as we're hitting an Agility and a Calm Mind for the Latios, that's kind of dangerous. Standing in front of a Fairy type, though, the Clefable's just going to Calm Mind.
Yeah, really not scared of this Latios. I mean, Clefable can be unaware, so I don't care if you're clicking Calm Mind on me. You know, I can just sit here right in front of you, and there's an Encore coming out saying, I want you to keep clicking Calm Mind.
Dumbass. Here comes the top of Coco. And with the sickest Moonblast! Holy fuck, it's gone! Fairy does not resist Fairy, folks.
No, but that still does a ton of damage to that Tapu Koko. That's crazy.
A threat? The Samrock comes
All right.
out.
Yep, Smart Strike's the Clefable, but do you live this Moonblast?
Nope. Oh, I called it. Oh, crit. That might have mattered. I'm not sure.
+1 special, maybe not. Depends on how this Clefable's built.
We're getting word that the crit did not matter. Samrock's pretty squishy. As a... Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
We're...
Oh, okay.
Plasma Fisting the Garchomp as opposed to swapping out, maybe going for a sack. That's strange.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because that's 3 in a row. Unless you're trying not to damage your other 2 Dragon Mons, then, you know. Photon, for that reason, smartly going for the Dragon Claw each time, just in case the ABC swapped out.
Yeah, and I think the Zeraora is probably choiced in some manner then, if you're just going for Plasma Fist over and over again.
I would assume.
But now the terrain is gone, and yeah, here comes Latios is back out. No setup, Dragon Claw into it. Gonna bring it down to critical.
Weakness policy. And sets up Agility.
And we got Agility. Yeah, this thing is terrifying. Psyshock's gonna take out that Garchomp for sure.
Here comes Sneasler. Watch this. Yup.
Yep, are we gonna see it? Is this a fake out?
Fuck out of here.
And it is, in fact, normal gem boosted, so that is going to take it out. And now we have an unburdened Sneasler taking on a Raging Bolt. I assume this is going to be a Thunderclap. No, Dire Claw.
Oh, shit, let's go gambling. No status on the Dire Claw. Rising... What the fuck is that?
So Rising Voltage is an electric-type move that I believe gets doubled in power if it's in terrain.
What's the base power?
70, I want to say.
We're being told it could be 80. Let's check because I don't know if Thunderbolt would have killed instead. Because that was close. Oh, wow. Jeez. So 70 base power, doubles in electric terrain, and gets boosted by the terrain. So if electric terrain were up, that would have done a lot more damage. But it didn't.
Yeah, but in this case, I think you're right. Thunderbolt might have actually secured it here. I don't think it'll matter because Thunderclap probably just takes out the Sneasler here.
Yeah. Yep, as foretold,
there it is.
The Thunderclap.
Yep, so that is going to take out the Sneasler.
The funky universe!
Hits it with a Snarl, dropping that special attack. And now what is this thing going to do? It's going to set up a Trick Room.
For why? And it goes Chili's out.
Okay, Galarian Weezing now comes in. Let's set up this Misty Terrain now. And we have a Snarl coming out on the Galarian Weezing. But now just like any Fairy type, you could Misty Explosion on this Raging Bolt and take it out.
You're right. Thunderclap, not enough. It's because the strange steam instead. Okay, never mind.
Okay, that's fine, and you can just go for another Thunderclap here or something like that to take it out. It's a swap to Galarian Slowking. Notably, you have to go for priority here because Raging Bolt is almost certainly faster than everything
even in the
left
trick room,
on
though?
Photon's side. Yeah, in Trick Room. So you have to go for priority.
The Thunderclap.
Yeah,
Toxic.
Not toxic,
Fairy
but
terrain.
we're in Misty Terrain. Alright, and now we're gone out of the Trick Room. Snarl comes back in, dropping that special attack again, but Ice Beam will definitely take it out.
Securing the victory for Photon 4? Oh, this week. Really good match.
Yeah, definitely. We saw just great pivots in terms of the Garchomp being able to eat up all those electric-type attacks. The Zero Aura really just got straight checked because I have to assume this thing was choiced.
I mean, it has. Well, it was running fake out, so maybe not. I should say, but it's hard to say. No, I couldn't be Scarf. It's already fast as hell. You don't need Scarf on Zero Aura.
So maybe it's banned then.
It could be choice banned.
Choice banned. So yeah, unfortunately because of that, and like you brought up, Trevor, you don't want to switch in either your Latios or your Raging Bolt hard into a Garchomp, because even a weakness policy, we saw how much damage that does. That means you don't get a free agility. So, a bit of an unfortunate situation there. Zero Aura was just the least valuable Pokemon in that situation, and had to end up dying there. I really like the Encore that the Clefable threw out.
Yes.
That really checked any possibility of Latios being able to set up on it, and then clean house from then on out. And yeah, just maybe got a little too greedy with a Calm Mind. I mean, the second Calm Mind. Because the first one comes out on a Calm Mind from the Clefable, but I don't know, maybe here is where you click something else that isn't Calm Mind? Hindsight's 2020, maybe? I'm not sure.
Could have gone for a Luster Purge instead. Did it take any damage beforehand? Or afterwards, I should say?
Like before.
Oh no, it swapped immediately. Okay. Because I'm remembering...
Yeah, it swaps here.
I'm remembering before, when it had gotten the weakness policy boost and set up the agility, if it had enough HP to... or how do I put this? If it had taken any damage before it hit the weakness policy and set up the agility, if it would have been able to survive the fake out from Sneasler and possibly been fast enough to still contest. But I don't know, Burden's a hell of a thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Sneasler has max 372, Latios has 350, so unfortunately the Unburden just still stays outspeeding with Sneasler.
You need two agilities.
Yeah, you would need 2 agilities in order to outspeed the Sneasler. Now, if you can force the Sneasler out after using that fake out, then Unburden won't be there anymore. But you would need a way to get that Sneasler to swap out.
It's kind of hard.
And, Photon held on to that normal gem till the very end when she needed it in order to clean up that Latios. I do wonder why those Calm Minds came out on the Latios versus the Clefable. The only thing I can think of is that this is a stored power set.
The Latios? It's possible.
Yeah, Latios.
I know they were running Luster Purge beforehand, so maybe not. Then again, weakness policy, Calm Mind, agility. Yeah, stored power feels like it makes more sense. Oh no, use Psy Shock,
But then again, they did go for Psy Shock here, so maybe not.
That's so strange.
Because that would mean this fourth move would have to be stored power, and I don't think it is.
Does it get stored power?
Yeah, it does. And yeah, it looks like checking it out. The last move was Dragon Pulse, so I'm not entirely sure.
Was that revealed during the battle? Okay, we should probably cut that then. That's true, but still.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
I mean, I think this match overall is, like I said, I think Clefable put in so much work. Huge ups on Clefable. And, maybe there's some questions as to what exactly the Samurott was here to do. It just got to click a Smart Strike on the Clefable and, take out. I like to see some of the Thunderclaps come out from the Raging Bolt. But the swaps that Photon was able to make was able to stop those priority moves from being so effective. And I will say running Rising Voltage over a Thunderbolt in this case, while I think irrelevant, maybe with a team that can set up Misty Terrain on the go, like Galarian Weezing, is a bit of an interesting decision, I would say.
I like the idea, though, especially with the Coco on your side. Folks, that was week 4. Some good fucking battles this week.
There were definitely some good battles this week.
All right.
I'm a big fan of some of the matches here. Like, I think the Shine versus Turbologist match. I think this match was very good as well. Photon versus ABC. I think some great plays were made. And I think we're seeing people get more familiarized with what their team can do, which is good. We're in the halfway point at this point. And so I hope you're getting a bit more familiarized with your team, what Soul Valley can bring to that team, and watching out who your next 4 opponents are going to be.
It definitely feels right to say that we're far enough along in this draft that we're able to see threats continue to establish themselves, and I don't want to say losers, but like the people that are down below the bottom of the rankings claw their way up and start getting their W's, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely want to see it. I mean, we had, 0-3 players fighting this week. We had, the 3-0s fighting each other. We even have the people who are 1-2, and we saw like a really competitive match between the two of them. So I'd love to see that sort of fierce competition regardless of where you are in the standings.
Hell yeah, man. Top dogs, keep barking. Underdogs, keep barking.
That's right. Middle dogs,
Woof.
keep woofing.
Middle dog, sit. Good boy.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, man. But that is all we have for week 4 in terms of the videos themselves. Real quickly, we want to go over who's fighting each other in week 5.
Ah, yes.
First off, our bye for the week is going to be Guardian in the Winter Olympics. He's going to be having the bye for week number 5. Then we have the Dom in the Red Guard is going to be taking on Lagavor in the Sardine Slugmas. We have Saber in the Nihility Factory is going to be taking on Jesse in the Scarred Armorers. We have Shine and the Ronda Rangers are going to be taking on Taino in the Slacking Saboteurs. We have ABC 102493 and the Static Psychedelics are going to be taking on Diz and the Moss Rock Sentinels. And finally, Photon and the Hydrapos Cores are going to be taking on Derbologist and the Flimsy Foundations. Quite a few really cool matches I'm excited to see. At this point, we don't have any of our 4-0s are going to be fighting one another. The closest we have is Diz, who is 4-0, is going to be taking on ABC, who's 3-1. But we're going to have, Saber versus Jesse have pretty similar win records here, and that's going to be a really good match between the two of them, I believe. So, excited to see a few of these matches. Anything else?
No, I think we're good to go. Let's move on over.
All right.
And we're around
End recording?
39:40. Oh, we're ending?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, not yet. I haven't hit it
Okay.
yet. Yeah, very mountable.
Hey.
I want something I can feel. So fuck me in my booty till I pass out from the pain.
Nah. he just simply won't.